Well, hey YouTube, it's Petey Two Finger. I'll shut the air conditioning off in a second. So, welcome to Snack Time with Petey. We've got movie theater style popcorn and Mountain Dew Baja Flash. The Baja Flash is one of two flavors that came out this year, the other being Baja Punch.
Hi, Tita. You want a little treat? I'll get you a treat.
Excuse me, the Baja Flash is pina colada. So if you like pina colada, keep in mind the other Baja soda pop that I've had is almost overpoweringly strong. I like to serve my soda pop with water. I don't like it overwhelmingly sweet. And I read somewhere drinking a 12 ounce Baja Blast is the equivalent of eating 131 Oreos. It's the same amount of sugar. Now that sounds crazy to me, but I'll tell you that this flash flavor, like if you really love pina colada, you'd want to seek this out because it's well balanced. It's not overpowering. It is sweet. It is Mountain Dew, and there is caffeine in it, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess. Yeah, I think so.
So the movie theater popcorn is we have two poppers. One is it's called a stir crazy. We got that used. I'm not crazy about that one. We have another one that doesn't have the stir mechanism, and the popcorn comes out perfect. You do not air pop this. You need to use a electric popper that uses oil. And what you want to do is make sure that you're using coconut oil and a product which is called FLAVACOL. Flavacol is the secret to movie theater popcorn. I bought one of these Flavacols for $10, and it's a lifetime supply. It is non-iodized salt. You use a tiny amount when you prepare the popcorn. Here it says the ingredients are salt, artificial flavor, yellow dye, just some dyes. So basically, I would say the artificial flavor is butter flavor. You only use a tiny amount, and how we do that is we put it in with the kernels. So if you like popcorn and you've tried a few methods and you settled on an air popper, that's how we did it. I had air pop popcorn with butter topping and salt and a lot of butter. I always used white popping corn, and I thought I really knew how to do it right. Well, this blows it away. You got to use a coconut oil, and you can get coconut oil that's been dyed, so it'll dye it that movie theater color. That's the difference in this. It tastes exactly the same as movie theater, and it has that flavor, that aftertaste, but it's not dyed yellow. So 2/3 of a cup white popping corn, 1/2 of a teaspoon, so it's just a tiny amount, Flavacol, and you pour that in with the kernels. 1/4 cup of the coconut oil, so that gets melted in the popper, and you take two kernels and put them in there. after the oil is melted. And when those two kernels pop, then you add the additional kernels, and the flavocol's already been dumped in with the kernels. You can heat up some butter. You don't really need to add salt. And I would say, like, take your normal butter amount that you add to the popcorn, and you could reduce it. Because popping it with that oil, it oils it. And I mean, we experimented. We tried making it like, do you need the flavacol? And yes, you do. The best popcorn recipe is what I just gave you. So, it's not a little difference. It's a big difference. It's really worth it to spend that $10. And if you like to resale shop, you'll have no problem finding yourself one of these poppers. So there you go. Now, I had a bunch of different topics. Bellucci. Bellucci just got busted again. This is a guy, some people think he's crazy. In 2014, he went out in a ball, like what a hamster goes in, and he went on the ocean and he was going to go to Bermuda. This guy's like in his 40s or 50s, and he was exiled from Iran because he was a sympathizer with the United States. So he comes here, he runs around the perimeter of the United States and sets some kind of record. And he's always doing it for charity. Like, this is for abused children. I'm doing this run for the homeless. So he goes in this ball, he builds this ball that costs him 40 grand or some ridiculous amount of money. And it's a ball that he goes in and goes out on the ocean. So he's planned to run to Bermuda. But he didn't check, and there was a huge tropical storm coming when he landed. Anyway, he's got a backpack in there full of energy bars, and he's got supplies to go fishing, so he plans to catch fish. And I guess just cut that and eat it raw and then get back to running. So he tripped his emergency beacon, and he was sinking. And when they came, they were like, "Do you need rescuing?" And he's like, "No." And they brought him in, and the TV cameras came, and he was like, I didn't need rescuing," but he did. So he went out again. The Coast Guard told him, like, "Hey, you can't be doing this. You're putting yourself in grave danger, and you're costing us $200,000 every time we got to run a boat and a helicopter out there," which I could do it for 20 grand and keep like 18 grand, I think. I could do that. I mean, are they buying... Everyone gets a free car that goes on this rescue thing? I don't know. Long story short, he held a knife to himself when they showed up. I kill you. I kill me. Go back. And they cuffed him somehow. He didn't kill himself. But then because he did that, because you can't do a suicide thing in front of a cop or you'll get a free 30-day vacation and the fifth floor hotel. So they locked him up in a loony bin in Florida. And now he went and did it again. This time, he's going from Florida to New York, which makes more sense as far as getting through the Gulf Stream or whatever, I think. Maybe, I mean, I don't know. But I would think it would be less risky to do that run than go to Bermuda. But he ended up 30 miles the complete... He washed up on a beach 30 miles the other way. So he's in the news again. He's got a YouTube channel that's really not good. It's like, go check out my other place to watch my great videos, and you go and there's one video that's like a commercial. Now, it doesn't have him talking. It's just like footage with music, like stock music over it. So it's kind of a disappointment. He's got 139 subscribers. And I wanted to recommend, I not to flog a horse, I'm still kind of mourning or just taking it easy. I did do drums for a new song, which is kind of horrible, heavy metal thing, stupid thing yesterday. And we learned, we did a whole new song that's completely finished. Gopti knows it. So yeah, I got 2 songs going, but really I've been just kind of not doing anything, sleeping in and morning, I guess you could say. So my younger brother recommended something, a mini series called Gangs of London. Now, this is an odd thing. It's one of these British things where it's hard to understand them because they have thick accents, and then there's other people like, oh, here's the Ethiopian crew, and they don't speak English, obviously, and here's this other crew, and they're from the Middle East, and they speak Farsi. So I did waste time messing around with subtitles and all that, and ultimately, you really don't need to. You figure it out at the end what's been going on. But it's an incredibly brutal. It starts off with a horrific execution, and there is hand-to-hand combat. There's big gunplay scenes with trained squads of assassins using C4 packs, grenades, and automatic rifles. There is a bar fight that's spectacular. And all of that is done really, really well. Um, so it's like just the bottom of the barrel ethically thing for me to recommend. I try to live my life on this thing of seeking enlightenment or truth or beauty, that type of stuff. Not just this like violent pornography is really what it is. But I love the show. So throwing all my pretend, what do you call that, scruples out the window, and recommending you watch Gangs of London, which you will see some familiar faces. I believe there's at least two Game of Thrones actors in it. It's really well made, and the problem I had with it was suspending belief. That there was just a lot of ridiculous stuff. People getting the crap kicked out of them, and then they're fine the next episode. But I did enjoy watching it immensely, and I think you would too if you like that type of thing. Definitely check that Gangs of New York out. Gangs of London. What am I talking about? I've got another video. I'm making 2 videos today, so I would encourage music fans to swing back around for the second video. Send me some good vibes my way while I fatten myself up on Mountain Dew and incredibly salty buttered coconut popcorn. And hug your pets. Stay warm. Stay cool. Peace.